So in this video now, we're going to code the last option in the menu. Let's run the menu together, last one. And this is the menu to exit the system, all right? And that's what it says. We should exit the system. So we'll go to if option is equal to 7. We'll go if option is equal to 7. Where are we here? Okay, this is 6. Oh, nope. We'll go up there. Okay, if option is equal to 7. If option is equal to string 7. Okay. Then we just need to call the exit system function, which we're going to code self.exit underscore system. Okay. And it's going to take the book list. Okay. Self.books list. Okay. It's going to take it. Why? Let's return the menu. Okay. No, in this case, we don't return menu. We don't return menu because we are exiting the system. It's like this user has chosen to leave the system, so we don't return the menu. In this case, this is a case where we don't return the menu because they have chosen the option 7. But then you should know that this is the last option of the choices. Remember that each time it is validated, the option is validated against numbers. So if what the user enters is neither of these, not 1 to 7, then we should have an else clause, because we are not returning anything here. That's why we're adding an else clause here. Here, these ones don't have if else statements. They are not if else statements or else statement because they are returning values. All right. So we don't need to include else clause in these ones because they return values. But the option 7 doesn't return anything. So we have to have an else clause. Okay. So we say else print wrong selection. So if it is not between 1 and 7, whatever it is wrong. Wrong selection. Exclamation mark. Okay, new line. They want the user to select again. They will say select menu item again. Select a menu item again. Select a menu item again. All right, that's what we want to see. Yeah. So let's just run that and see. Okay, let's just run that. Let's say the user enter 8. See? Wrong selection. Select a menu item again. Okay? Because the user entered 8. Okay, let's just say the user enter a character. G. Wrong selection. See? So that's what it is. If it is not 1 to 7, wrong selection. Enter menu item again. Okay? So, but if it is 7, it'll exist the system. But if it is not 7, like see now, we'll say when it says 8, let's choose 8. It says wrong selection. Select menu again, but we don't have the menu to select from. So if it is not 7, if it is 7, it should exist. Other than 7, it should repeat. It should recursively call the menu again so that the user can choose. So in this case here, we should return, in this else clause, we should return menu. So return, self.menu. Okay, so in this case, so that when we enter 8, we should still be able to choose from the menu. So 8, all right. So it says here, wrong selection, and select a menu item again. But let's give a vertical space there. All right. So before we print, let's print let's print this on a new line. Okay, simple as that. Print again. Okay, 10. Wrong selection. See, wrong selection. Select menu again, then it gives us a menu. All right. So now let's go to this exit system function. Let's code it. So let's copy that. Exit system function serve.exit system, which takes the book list. Okay. So copy that. Go down, go down. Okay. This is our last one there. Now the 7. Number 7. Dev exit system, which takes book list. All right. Takes a book list. Okay. Take our book list. We call it books. Okay. But then let's go to the specification. Let's go to the specification. I think this one. Okay. After the user has selected the exit option to exit the system, which is the 7 we're talking about, the program should write the 2D list of books to a CSV file called books.csv. Test your program by creating a self or appropriate test tables for 8. Okay. All right, so let's go and code this last part, the option 7 option. So let's go to our program now. Dev exit system. Okay. So I'm going to start by saying, I'm just going to create a local function which is going to take care of saving this information. The reason I want to use a function is because if we choose next time to save it in a database, then we have the call function call. Nothing should happen in the function call. It should still use the save data, but then the actual implementation can change, but the function call is still the same. Even the body of the exit system will not change. All right. So let's just give a local function here. The dev save underscore data that takes the book list. Okay. Then I'm gonna say try. I'm gonna use a try exception block here. I'm gonna say accept E as E. Okay. So I'm gonna say general accept there. I'm just gonna say that's the accept clause there. All right. So I'm gonna say here with open. I'm gonna use the open module with open. What is this? With open, I'm gonna give a CSV books dot CSV. That's the name we're given. Okay, with open books dot CSV, we're gonna say the mode is equals to write, and the encoding is equals to UTF-8 and new line and new line is equals to empty space. Okay, empty string there, and then I'm gonna close that. New line is equals to empty space, and then I'm gonna close that as book file Okay. So that's it there. I declare that with open. This is a module with open. I use with open here. You could still say open books dot dot dot. But when you use with open, which is a module, it will take care of closing the file itself. All right. So that's why. So with open that we say book writer. Book writer is equals to CSV dot CSV dot write row. So the write book writer is equal to CSV dot writer. Get that there. Then in that function now we pass in the book file, and then we pass in the delimiter. Delimiter is equals to comma, and then we quote character. Our quote character quote char is equal to, what is this? E shouldn't be there. Well, quote char quote character is equals to that. Let's come out here. Quote character is equals to that, and comma again. Quoting quoting equals to CSV dot, what is that? CSV dot what is that? Quote minimal. What is it? CSV dot quote minimal. Quote minimal. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Quote minimal. All right. Okay, so now I write row. So I say I come here now, I say book writer. So book writer dot write row. That takes the headings, the headers, or list of the headers there. Write row book. Sorry, ISBN. That's the title. The headers. I could just describe a list of headers and and pass the list in here. But let me just populate it as I'm creating the list. So ISBN, first name. Those are the headers. First name, last name, stock, stock there, cost price, C underscore price. So you know the CSV doesn't take empty strings. Okay, it should be in a quotation mark there. C underscore price. The next one is selling price. C as S underscore price for selling price. Okay, or we could just write it out. Okay, let's just say selling price, selling underscore price, and here we say cost price. Okay, we can write it like that, and selling price. Then that's it. There's a list of headers. Then we come here and say we loop now. So for BK in books, okay, for BK in books, book writer, the right row, book writer, the right row, then we pass in the properties of the each book. Okay, book writer dot right row, we pass in the properties of the book, which is going to be bk.rsbn, comma, bk.first name, comma, bk.last name, comma, bk.stock, comma, bk.c price, c price, comma, b space bk.s price, s price. All right, that's it there. But that's what we're writing in the CSV file there. And then if that is because we're in the try clause here, so since it has saved successfully because we are in the try clause, then we get out the loop there. If they save properly, then we say print. Okay, the data was saved successfully. The data was saved successfully. Okay, the data was saved successfully. Okay, now in the except clause, now if that doesn't work, the except clause, we should have print error exclamation mark. Okay, the data was not saved. The data was not saved. Okay, data was not saved. Why? Maybe because the file is open. So I'm going to go to a new line. I'm going to go to a new line. So F okay, the file is open, else the file is open. Okay, the file is open. Now let's try that. So let's close. All right, so I want you to see here, see our book demo here. You see our book shop demo title, and then we see our book demo py file, and we don't find any books.csv here. So but we're going to run a program now and then choose option 7. If it is successfully saved with the open function to write, since it's not going to find that book, it's going to create the books.csv. If it doesn't find it, it will create it. But now I'm having issues here. So we're omitting something here. This is a book writer.write row. It's in a list. It's creating a list. Each looping is a list of books and its properties. So we're populating it directly. So that's what it is. And then when we do this, we print data was saved successfully. And then when we do then in the exception clause, it should then output this. And then now we have to call in the exit function. Now we need to call the Python inbuilt exit to terminate the system, the program from running. But before we do that, we need to call this function to run this function. So we say save data. We come here and say up a little bit. So we say save data books. Okay. And then we call the exit function. Then we call the Python exit function. We say exit. This is an inbuilt function from Python. Okay, so let's run it now and see. If you look here, there's no books.csv. So let's run the function now. Look here, check here, you see. Let's run 7. All right. I chose menu and then the system exited. Okay, let's see. I can't see any file there. Let's see. I can't see any book.csv. Okay, we're having issues. Well, we're not saving this data because as you look at here, see the error. We are not calling data save data. We are still inside the function save data. We should be inside this method. We should get out of this save data function before calling save data. So this actually the save data is not even running. So let's get out there. Yeah, there. That's where we're saving the data. And then we're calling the exit function, the Python exit function after outside this save data function. All right. Now keep looking here. When we choose option 7, we should see a book file, books.csv file created here in this menu here. All right, so let's run again now, and then we choose 7 there. Okay, you see a book.csv file has been created. This is it here. Okay, and if you open it, you will see the details of that book.csv file as we describe the delimiters and so on. And if you go into your file, file explorer, and go to where your project is saved on your computer, you can find the book there. And when you open it, put the book there. So I'm in my folder where my project is found, and this is the book. So this is a service file. So these are the information that we got: selling price, cost price, stock, last name, first name, and ISBN. So that boils down to the end of this project, or I hope it is understood. And then happy coding.